So it is February 8th, 2020. It's cold, it's about 30 degrees, and once again, it is time for the New England Boat Show. I am on my way to the show at the Boston Convention Center. It's kind of nice that these boat shows come up about every 6 months. There's this one in February, and the Newport Boat Show is in September. So it's about, every 6 months or so, and it's something to look forward to. So we're going to be looking at, of course, new boats, what's new in the industry. We're going to be looking at not only boats, but we're going to be looking at parts and gear and things like that. Although I have mentioned in my past videos that, and on my blog, that we recently purchased a new boat, a 40-foot Sea Ray Sedan Bridge 2001. So we're going to be looking to do a little bit of work on that, although that boat has really been very heavily updated. It's got a lot of new things on it, all new electronics. It has a new generator. It has new interior carpeting. Really been very well maintained. So it won't take a whole lot of updating. We might do a little some cosmetic things to it, but I think that boat's in excellent shape. One of the things we are going to be looking at is not necessarily for this year, but I think in a couple of years we want to replace our dinghy. Right now we have a 8-foot 6-inch high pressure floor PVC dinghy with a 3.5 horsepower outboard on it, and I think we're going to think about replacing that with something a little bit bigger, probably something in the 9 to 10 foot range, and probably something that is an aluminum bottom, so it'll be stiffer. It will hold more. It'll hold more people. Right now, our boat really is really meant for 3 people, but I want to be able to carry 4 of us plus gear, and I think I would put a larger motor on that. Probably put either a 9 or a 15 on that. And then the other thing, of course, is today we store the dinghy on our transom of Calypso, the 310, on Weaver davits. And Weaver davits are fine for our current boat. We take the motor off and store it on the swim platform, and then we just pivot the boat up, and it has worked very well for the last 7 years. What I think we're going to do this year with the new boat is get basically pull-on davits. In other words, davits that are 2 arms that mount on the swim platform, much like the Hurley style. I'll call them Hurley style davits, that you can leave the outboard motor on and pull the boat up onto it and strap it down. That accomplishes 2 things. One, it allows us to keep the outboard motor on, which is something that we wanted to do, and then when it's such time that we get a larger dinghy, it will also support that, because the larger dinghy would be too hard to pull up on the Hurley davits for just the 2 of us, for just Sue and I. So I think that's what we're going to be looking at. The other thing that the Hurley style davit allows is the boat can be kept lower on the transom, so as a result, it doesn't block the name. Right now, when the dinghy is on the davits, it blocks the name, and so that is not ideal, especially since our boat is documented, and so the new boat will be documented as well. And so the name and hailing port are effectively your registration for the boat, and those are supposed to be exposed, and they're not. So by having it on a Hurley style davit, the dinghy will ride lower on the transom, and we'll put the new name a little bit higher, so you will be able to see the name and possibly the hailing port as well, depending on how we set that up. So yeah, so we're going to be looking at that and get some ideas, again, see what's new, and stay tuned for more. So I will let you watch us as we drive down Storrow Drive. It's always a fun drive, and see what we see. So when we get to the show, I'll take you in with us, and we'll walk around. Maybe we'll talk to some folks, and we'll have a good time. Take care. So we're at the boat show. We're walking in here, and we haven't quite got in, but it's exciting. Hopefully we're pretty early, so it won't be too bad. Looking forward to it. Captain is in the house. First getting a lay of the land, walking around the outside of the show, seeing what's here. The other big thing, of course, are the deck boats, or the pontoon boats. Very popular for lakes. Really don't belong on the ocean. I've seen a few of those, but you can see lots of deck boats. So let's keep looking.
Those are easy to work. Everything's in the front. Because it's a lot of sailboats you use the small ones. It's all made in the front. Here, spawn them all up. That's right. I saw your name go by. That's right.
This tug inflatable is a really compelling boat. All their models down to 8 feet have 18-inch tubes. Our current boat has 16-inch. The other competitors are 17-inch. And an 18-inch tube, that's going to hold a whole lot more weight and be a much drier boat. They have an excellent price point. It's made in China, but that's fine. Something to seriously consider.
Oh, that's right. I saw your name go by. That's right.
This tug inflatable is a really compelling boat. All their models down to 8 feet have 18-inch tubes. Our current boat has 16-inch. The other competitors are 17-inch. And an 18-inch tube, that's going to hold a whole lot more weight and be a much drier boat. They have an excellent price point. It's made in China, but that's fine. Something to seriously consider. Coming up to an electronics dealer who sells Furuno. All the new gear on the new boat is all Furuno, so we're going to take a look. So that dealer was really helpful. They told me about the cartography for the Furuno, which is very different than everything else. You don't buy a chip like from Navionics. You actually have to contact the dealer to get an unlock code from Furuno, which you then put into the unit, and that unlocks the map and cartography that you want to use for your area. It's a very different system. It's a little bit more expensive, but then with that you get satellite photos, you get everything. So something I have to consider, but since I have the Furuno gear, that's the route we're going to go. One of the things we want to find is Oyster Harbor Marine, which is the broker for current Calypso, to see its listing and see what we got there. So let's keep moving and we'll see what we do. So we just looked at another brand of inflatable called Oxeon. It's made by AB Inflatables, which is a premium name in inflatables, and had a premium price. So something to remember. Quite a bit more than the Tug brand, so something to remember. So just talked with a gentleman from a Tohatsu dealer up in north of us, and very good pricing on a Tohatsu 9.8. They also make a 9.9. The difference is the 9.8 is a carbureted engine and the 9.9 is a fuel injected engine. There's pros and cons, of course, to both those motors, but very good pricing on the 9.9. So something to seriously consider when we get to that point in that stage. So we will keep looking. We need to find Oyster Marine. Oh, by the way, here's Cutwater. That was a boat we looked at one time, but it ends up being a little smaller than we would like. So still a good boat, but it's a little bit smaller than we want. So more to come. So that's the Cutwater 32. It's basically a 30-footer with a 2-foot platform extension, outboards. With a pair of 300s, the dealer says it will do 52, which I think is probably true, but awfully fast. You know, the diesel version of it is about a 28 knot boat, more my speed. But Cutwater is very innovative. As you can see, here are their 24s. So I have a 24 center cockpit, a 24 dual cockpit here. And if you look actually back on the Command Bridge boat, one of the problems with boats of this, with outboards, is no place to store a dinghy. They added that rig to carry a dinghy on the back behind the outboards. Kind of crazy, but good for them. So we just stopped off at the Maptec booth. Maptec, who makes chart books and waterproof charts for all the regions of New England and the country, in fact. And I was able to get a very good rate for the charts that will bring us up from Maryland, cover the Chesapeake, and also the chart kit book. So we're in good shape. I got a very competitive price. Very nice gentleman there. So I highly recommend Maptec. You know, not affiliated with them in any way, but I highly recommend them. So check them out. So we just left the New England Boat Show. We had a good show. We visited with the broker who has the listing for Calypso. We were able to buy some charts from Maptec, got a good price there. And we saw some vendors who sell inflatables for a potential upgrade, dinghy upgrade for next year. So hope you enjoyed that. Look forward to talking with you next time.